I've got a first for you here on the channel today, at least a first for me here personally. Decided I might as well catch it on camera, and that is the first scoring round I've ever shot with a Genesis bow. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually competing in the Backyard Archery Championships that we have through Kaminski Archery that is currently running. I've had a few requests to actually support the NASP program, or the Genesis bow, the school round as we call it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot the very first score that I've ever shot with a Genesis bow. This thing is brand new, straight out of the package. And I've shot Genesis bows before, but not with official arrows, not at the official distance, and not in the official way. So that's what I'm going to be doing here today. So before I get too far into the video, what I'm doing is shooting the Backyard Archery Championships that we are launching and currently running through Kaminski Archery. You can head to my website, Kaminski Archery, or jakekaminski.com. Links in the description below and a card at the top up there to the actual program itself, so you can actually participate and shoot alongside me, as well as hopefully many other archers from around the world. So in the other announcement videos, I've had a few requests for this specific class support because there's not a lot of these tournaments out there for kids that do NASP, that shoot archery in the school's program. And I'm very excited to support that kind of program because you gotta start somewhere. And shooting archery, as far as I'm concerned, is really fun, and everyone should be doing it. So the more support we have and the more we can build community around archery, the better. So that's why I'm spending the time to do this and why I bought one of these bows to put it to the use on this channel. I'll probably actually do some sort of series and things like that to show you how to shoot the NASP bow with better technique, or at least technique that I really enjoy using. So that way you kind of have a better start on the competition, hopefully at home. And I almost forgot, we do have a new addition to the Backyard Archery Championships. We're calling it the Battle of the Clubs. And essentially what this is an opportunity for me to come to you, to your club, to work with you all, and to give you some group lessons and to help out with your archery program. So what the Battle of the Clubs is a friendly competition amongst clubs to have the opportunity for me to come out to them free of charge to work on their archers, work with their coaching staff, or whatever is involved and whatever's desired for a day of group lessons. And so the club with the most participation will earn the chance for me to come out to them within their schedule and to actually have a group lesson with all of the archers that shoot at that club. So if you're interested in participating in that, make sure your club is clearly written and listed on your scorecard after you actually shoot your round before you submit it to us. That way we're able to track which clubs are participating and how many archers are shooting from each club. So because this is the first time I'm shooting the official arrows, the official distance with the official, I guess, intention of doing it the right way, I have to find where I need to aim. I need to find all of that stuff. I have never done this before officially, so as far as anchoring, where to aim, maybe artifacts on the bow to use to aim, I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm going to figure that out during the practice rounds. So officially, you're supposed to shoot one end of practice here at 10, shoot your ends for score, go back to 15, shoot one end of practice, and then shoot for score. And so that's how I'm going to do it here today. And I'm going to start at 10 meters first, obviously, and shoot my 5-arrow end for practice. And then we'll talk about scoring once I get there. Got it. Okay. Take me a little while there because I got to find my anchor, find a place that I'm going to consistently place things on my face. I'm just doing 3 under here. I'm using my barebow tab. There's no marks on it, and I'm just touching the nock. So I'm just doing things by the book, at least as much as I can. I'm actually using this bump up on the top of the riser, not the little hook down below. Very sensitive to a little bit of mistakes there. Sorry, I'm fidgeting with my finger splints. I broke my ring and pinky finger, and I can't move them for a little while. So A little fidgety there, and it's odd. Odd to hold a bow with broken fingers. Anyway, I'm gonna go down, pull those arrows, then we're gonna talk about scoring, because it's a little bit different how we're doing it in the Backyard Archery Championships. So I put up a new target face down there just so it looks nice and clean for the round. And I want to show you our official scorecard. It is a little bit different than the standard scorecard that you may be used to seeing on the actual round for that bow down there. You know, we just want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and not violating any sort of copyright rules, because this isn't official, this is just for fun. We just want to support archers out there because there was requests to shoot NASP and to use the Genesis bow. And so basically scoring the same way, it's just in a different order. The scorecard doesn't look the same. It has 3 arrow ends, so it's actually 5 ends of 3 arrows instead of 3 ends of 5 arrows. You can still shoot 3 ends of 5 arrows, just score how you normally would and add everything up for actual totals and just pay attention to that. This is sufficient as long as it's 15 arrows at each distance. However you write them down, it really doesn't matter. We just wanted to make sure we had a little bit of delineation between the two things because, again, this is for fun and is not official. It is just to support the community out there and hopefully to bring more archers into tournament-style competitive archery. And I know there's not a lot of support for this style, for this round, only a handful of tournaments really, so this additional thing is just to help encourage more participation and maybe using this as a test event for the actual real events later on in the year. So I'm gonna shoot the unofficial way of 5 ends of 3 arrows and total them up as I go along and continue to move the camera around me in different angles so that way you'll be able to see different views of me shooting this Genesis bow here at 10 meters and 15 meters for my official scoring round at the Backyard Archery Championships. Okay, first end for score here. I'm gonna do it a little bit different, like I said, 5 ends of 3 arrows and see how it goes. Okay. All right, that first end was a 28, 10.99. Giving away lots of points here. All right, looks like the same thing, 10.99 again. $10.99 again. There's definitely some stuff I would adjust on some of this equipment to make things a little bit better as far as performance is concerned. So I'm excited to do a little bit of content explaining to you a little bit more from my mind what I would be changing. Staying within the rules, of course, because that's the most important part. But from there, I think there's some performance upgrades, especially within the vanes, that could be quite beneficial because these arrows are kicking really sideways out of the bow. And it's because of the way the fletchings are interacting. So something I want to play with, but finish up this 10-meter round here, 2 ends left. Three nines. All right, last end at 10 meters here. Okay. I think it looks like maybe 10-10-9 from here. Can't quite tell. I'm gonna go check them out, and I'll let you know the total half, and then we'll get back to 15 meters. All right, so my half score was 140 points. So I dropped 10 points in that first distance there at 10 meters. And now we get to shoot one end of practice here at 15. And I got to figure out where I'm going to aim. It's definitely different. Going to be different than 10. The anchor the same. All right. Left and right's good, just way high. All right, I think I'm set, and I'm gonna get start scoring next end. All right, first end for score, I'm gonna still do 3 arrow ends. So that's what the scorecard has, but like I said, you can do either or, whatever you wanna do. Fine with us. All right, from here it looks like 9-9-8 for the first end for score. Okay, second end for score. It's like 10-9-8 from here. Well, that was a terrible shot. I did not go through my steps like I had been. Very important to do that. That one looks like 8-8-6, I believe. So that was 8-8-6, definitely the lowest end so far. Performance-wise, I deserve that. I need to do my job, hit my marks, and then the rest is much, much easier. Looks like 10-9-8 or 10-10-8 from here. I'm going to go down and get a closer look. All right, last end for score here at 15 meters for the Backyard Archery Championship school round. First time shooting this Genesis, and it's pretty interesting. Let me tell you, I'm learning a lot about it already just shooting one of these rounds, and I'm definitely looking forward to making some content specifically to this bow and specifically to this setup to hopefully up the game a little bit and bring you a little bit better performance because I have some ideas on how to make things just a little bit better without breaking the rules at all, staying well within them, just changing a few rough guidelines that I've learned over my years as a competitive archer, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, last end here for score. Alright, so it looks like maybe 9-8-8, 9-9-8 to finish or so. I'm going to take you down there, we'll total up the score, and we'll talk about the actual first ever scoring round here with a Genesis style bow. So I shot my first official scoring round with the Genesis bow during the Backyard Archery Championships in the school division, and I shot a total of a 267. First half was 140 at 10 meters, second half was 127 here at 15. Like I said, when I run through my steps, things go fairly well, but when I don't, big mistakes happen, like that 6 that went far out to the right. So overall, I don't know, this was kind of fun, this was different, and I enjoy the feel of the bow. It looks like a compound, but it shoots more like a recurve because there's no let off, no stops. It's nice. It's a nice little setup, and I think it's a great way to get into archery. And we just wanted to support the actual program because we've had a few requests from some parents and some people out there wanting to be able to get into the Backyard Archery Championships because this classification, this division, doesn't really fit anything else. So we decided to mirror it quite closely so that way you can participate and get in on the action. So like I said, if you're interested in signing up for the Backyard Archery Championships, I'll have links in the description below and a card at the top up there to my website, jkaminski.com. You can also go to kaminskiarchery.com as well, and I hope you have some fun. I know it's a little bit different than the 5 ends, or excuse me, the 3 ends of 5 arrows. It's 5 ends of 3 arrows, at least the way we did it, or at least how I shot it today. Don't really mind if you shoot it the other way. The arrows shot are the arrows shot, just like it is in real competition, and the score is just where the arrow lies. So hopefully you like this video. It's definitely a little bit different than the standard content that I am using on the channel normally, because I haven't shot this style bow on film. I haven't actually shot it for score either, and you got to see it for the first time that I was actually doing it. And like I said, I think doing some content focusing around this in the future is a good idea because a lot of kids out there shoot this style bow. There's a lot of clubs out there, at least in the US, that shoot this style bow, and I want people to get off on the right foot as far as form and technique is concerned. So I'll cover a few basic things that I think really worked for this style bow today, as well as a few equipment tips that I think would actually benefit a lot and really help the performance. And I think some of the mistakes that I made, especially the shots that really kicked this direction and quite a few that popped to the left, I think I can mitigate a lot of that, get rid of a lot of that, just with a simple vane change choice that fits well within the rules. It's just a little bit different structure of the vane to help keep the arrow flight much more natural, how it's supposed to be. But it was a lot of fun shooting regardless. Like I said, why not capture this thing for the first moment on camera and share it with you, with archers from all around the world. If this is the first time you're actually seeing this channel, please do hit that subscription button and the notification bell down below. Genuinely, that helps this channel grow. And if you're interested in seeing this type of content as far as for the NASP program and the Genesis style bow. Anyway, thanks again, have fun, and I hope you enjoy shooting some archery out there.